As much of the Western world begins to sober from its hangover of gender confusion, Albania seems determined to join the party late, proposing a gender equality bill that opens the door to multiple genders. Joining me now to discuss this is Pastor Akil Pano. He's the founder and president of the National Albania Pro-Life and Family Coalition. He was here in the United States for the Pray Vote Stand Summit, but he's back in Albania. Pastor Pano, welcome to Washington Watch. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening. It's a privilege.
So unpack for our viewers and listeners what is about to happen there in Albania.
Well, it's very sad news, from Albania. Actually, the socialist government in Albania, finally, they have come up with a bill proposing to our parliament to pass this bill on gender equality. A bill that is aiming to radically transform our culture, undermine personal freedom, alter language, law, tradition, introduce gender ideology into our schools, erode the moral foundations of the family, and push society towards the woke ideology. I mean, it's like what you guys had in the United States during Biden-Harris administration. Now, the socialist government in Albania, in one way, is trying to justify the sorry to say it in this way, but the American taxpayers' money that came in Albania through the Open Society Foundation through the last years, now they are aiming to push further this agenda in Albania.
No, that's Open Society. That's George Soros.
Yes,
and we know that they had teamed up with the Obama administration, the Biden administration, working all through Europe to try to tilt government toward pro-abortion, gender confused policies. So, but here's the thing, Pastor Pano, that the rest of the world is waking up to the nonsensical approach to this gender issue, but Albania is marching straight ahead into this, even though you have now all these other countries that have rethought this?
Well, actually, the saddest part is that this is going against the will of the Albanian people. We just finished a survey, a national survey, in just 30 hours. There were 10,000 people that participated in this survey. And in one voice, 99% of Albanians, they are against this bill. But it looks like one of the most faithful friends of the George Soros family, which happens to be the Prime Minister of Albania, is trying to remain faithful to the agenda and is trying to push further this bill in our parliament, which would be a disaster in our culture, in our tradition. It's a counter culture. Actually, it's a cancer. It's a disease going to be implemented into our culture. We, as clerics in Albania, we see it as we are risking council culture. We are risking the freedom of speech and the freedom of faith, the freedom of conscience, because there are so many sanctions in this bill that are forbidding us to be true to our beliefs.
That's coming from the government. In this bill, the government will be able to use the power of the government authority to silence pastors.
One of the articles in the bill actually speaks about many sanctions. They start with fines, and then you are risking going to jail if you are not submitting yourself to the agenda. Well, it's very, very clear. We are talking about a redefinition of gender. Gender is not longer seen as binary category, male and female, as we know it from the Bible and from the nature, but they are talking about more than 72 different genders can be recognized through this bill. Gender-sensitive language, this is the problem that we are, I mean, it carries a lot of risk to our work. A lot of changes in our language, in the legal documents, such as passports, diplomas, forms, courts, procedures, institutions, schools, and media. If we are not going to obey this new vocabulary, the new gender sensitive language, then we are going to be having all these fines, and we are going to risk prison. Then they are talking about gender ideology in the schools. Curriculum will change, transforming the way how our kids are going to be taught in schools. Teachers and psychologists are going to be trained by LGBTQ+ organizations. They are talking about gender equality in sports, like what you had in America with transgenders, playing in women's sports. They are talking about transgenders in the army, and so on and so forth. I mean, it's the full package
Right.
that President Trump revoked by that declaration that he said that in the United States, you know only two genders, male and female.
This is going the opposite direction of where most of the rest of the Western world has come, in large part because of the pushback. So I commend you for pushing back, because someone has to stand up and say this is insane. We have 30 seconds left. What's the timeline, and how can folks here in this country be praying?
Please pray for us, and pray that United States Embassy in Tirana, Albania, would stay in alignment with the State Department, would stay on alignment with the will of Albanian people, and with President Trump's declaration that there are only two genders. A little bit of help from the United States Embassy, it may make a huge difference in our situation here.
What's the time frame? When would this be voted on?
We have a few more talks in different parliamentary commissions in the parliament.
Okay.
We're going to have some
Gotta
debates.
leave it there.
And then
We got to leave it there.